Deep within the cosmic expanse, tension reaches a boiling point as a formidable three-eyed warrior prepares to finish his duel against Shang. Gathering every ounce of his energy into his right fist, the attacker channels a blinding, incandescent aura. Without a second thought, he lunges forward, aiming to crush Shang under the full weight of his power.
The shockwave generated from his approach is so immense that nearby high-level combatants immediately begin to panic. Recognizing the sheer scale of the incoming blast, the surrounding crowd scrambles backwards, urging everyone to clear the battlefield before they get caught in the crossfire. Even veteran fighters at level 13 can only look on in absolute terror, admitting that under such overwhelming pressure, they feel no larger than ants. As the three-eyed warrior pushes his power past its limits, observers realize that he possesses a rare, high-tier Dominator-class bloodline. Legend has it that a strike boosted by this bloodline carries enough force to bring down even the most immortal entities of the realm. The spiky-haired onlooker realizes that the slightest lapse in concentration near this clash would mean instant defeat. Yet, as the fiery meteor of a punch accelerates toward Shang barely even blinks. Refusing to dodge or use defensive maneuvers, he chooses to absorb the full brunt of the strike directly. The collision detonates with blinding light, sending violent waves of energy and golden dragon phantoms rippling through space. The dust settles to reveal Shang pushed back, with only a light trace of blood at his mouth.
But instead of showing pain, a slow smile creeps across his face. Shang casually evaluates the attack, inwardly expressing mild entertainment that a Dominator-class law of destruction could actually manage to leave a slight scratch on him. Seeing his ultimate technique fail so miserably leaves the three-eyed attacker completely frozen in disbelief. He stammers in shock, utterly unable to comprehend how anyone could survive his full-power strike without falling. Meanwhile, the surrounding crowd misinterprets the epic clash and erupts into fanatical cheering, completely awestruck by the godly power displayed right before their eyes. As the crowd cheers on, Shang remains completely composed in the cosmic void. He calmly analyzes the move in his mind, noting that his opponent's technique successfully merged both top-tier storm and lightning elements into one destructive blow. With his opponent now entirely out of options and paralyzed by fear, Shang prepares to show everyone what true dominance really looks like. As the smoke begins to clear, Shang calmly reflects on his adversary's technique, noting that mastering even a single elemental law is enough to turn anyone into a top-tier powerhouse. But fusing both storm and lightning into a brand new law of destruction multiplies that force exponentially.
Shang even admits that if he had taken that exact hit back when he was at level 12, it might have actually caused him serious trouble. However, hearing his ultimate strike brushed off as a mere warm-up drives the three-eyed warrior Delius completely over the edge. Pushed to his absolute limits, Delius refuses to accept reality, roaring in frustration as he gathers every drop of energy left in his body. Declaring himself a talent born only once in hundreds of millions of years, he summons a gleaming golden trident and channels an attack 10 times more devastating than his previous strike. The sheer output of Delius's upgraded assault sends shockwaves through the cosmos, creating a blinding light show that forces nearby onlookers to cover their faces. Diving downward like a falling star, Delius thrusts his weapon forward, unleashing a massive pillar of destructive energy aimed directly at Shang. Just as the chaos reaches its peak, Ji Dao and a team of high-ranking allies arrive on the battlefield. Sensing the immense pressure from afar, the newly arrived observers gasp in sheer horror. The hooded strategist immediately recognizes the technique as the highest tier law of destruction, openly fearing for Shang's survival under such unmatched power.
Yet inside the epicenter of the storm, the reality of the situation is completely inverted. Far from being overwhelmed, Lu Shang stands perfectly still amidst the violent energy fields, unaffected by the cataclysm surrounding him. Instead of panic, a razor-sharp smirk spreads across his face. Lu Shang realizes that this ultimate barrage from a peak Dominator class opponent isn't a threat at all. It's the exact catalyst he needed to test his own limits and push his power to unprecedented new heights. As the surrounding space shatters under the pressure, Lu Shang revels in the adrenaline rush, admitting that facing real danger after so long is a sensation he genuinely craves. Delius thrusts his golden trident straight down, pouring every bit of his remaining stamina into one final world-ending strike. However, just before the impact lands, a gigantic golden palm manifests directly from the sky. With a single authoritative shout, a supreme authority intervenes, crushing the colliding energies in an instant. The massive aura hand effortlessly cancels out Delius's ultimate attack, leaving both fighters suspended in shock as the chaotic shockwaves dissolve into nothingness. Stepping into the center of the arena is a high-ranking elder whose presence dominates the entire sector. He strictly reminds the prodigies that the Heavenly Gate is a sacred site reserved for greatness, not personal rivalries. If they truly wish to determine who holds supreme dominance, they must prove it in the upcoming heavenly rank selection. The surrounding spectators quickly realize that this authority figure is a level 14 Chief Star Commander from the prestigious Heavenly Rank Academy, the only tier of warrior powerful enough to single-handedly stop two high-level combatants in their tracks. Before anyone can process the situation, the level 14 Lord commands both prodigies to follow him and takes off into the atmosphere like a golden meteor, prompting Lu Shang and Delius to immediately burst into high-speed pursuit. With the battlefield clearing, the crowd erupts into heated debate, praising the three-eyed warrior for wielding the rare law of destruction and giving his opponent such a hard time. They praise the challenger for somehow surviving against a famous powerhouse, assuming Delius had been the one dominating the exchange all along. That is until an elite warrior in the crowd steps up to set the record straight. He reveals that the three-eyed fighter wielding the law of destruction was Delius himself, meaning Delius wasn't dominating the duel at all, but was desperately unleashing his ultimate form just to survive against Lu Shang. The realization hits the crowd like a thunderbolt, leaving every spectator frozen in absolute disbelief at Lu Shang's terrifying, unspoken power.